A Life Well Leveled is a show for grown-ups. Content warnings can be found in the description. Welcome to A Life Well Leveled.
Just so happens that magically appearing in your pocket today is an invitation to a party. And as you hold it up and read it, it reads, "You are cordially invited to attend a party put on by yours truly, Gilgamesh Steve.
Wait, I have
I will be hosting.
Yeah,
I will be hosting a
Mary
night to
Kay
remember
event.
at the White Horse Manor.
It's Mary Kay event.
Your presence is requested at this event to help solve the mystery of my recently acquired B&B. The night will begin with hors d'oeuvres and light mingling before a marvel of dinner cooked and performed by the one and only Sir Bacon Street. Additionally, as you may be curious, the Chest of Wonders will also be making an appearance. All right, conveniently enough, after reading the script, it changes to a map that directs you to White Horse Manor. And as you arrive, you come to a battered manor, one that has been overlooked by both time and local county ordinances. A large rusted gate encloses the manor with a fog settling around the estate amongst the eerie moss tree background. And as a man with a lantern in a worn naval coat comes up to the gate's entrance, he walks forward. Biggus, introduce your character.
I look like Russell Crowe from Master and Commander.
What?
Like Russell Crowe from Master and Commander. Is that it?
I'm Googling it.
Yeah. Good job, bud. As you walk up to the large rusted gates, you notice a large cage with primordial scripting that follows the edge and seems damaged with age. Within the cage appears a man with alabaster skin and a large scarf. Ecro, can you introduce your character?
My character is Ecro. He's a snow elf with alabaster skin, long white hair, and crystal blue eyes.
Long flowing white hair?
I switched it up from yours.
Do you interact with...
I give a nod to this person walking up to me. Hello, I'm Ecroferia.
Wait, is he talking to me?
Yeah, you're walking up to me.
Yeah. You're the only other one we've seen.
It's called roleplay, Zach.
Sup, bitch?
Yep. And that's it.
Okay.
Wow, this is gonna go well.
I don't know if I got any better.
I don't like elves, so sup, bitch?
I turn and be like, well, and look away.
I glare at Snow Elf. I think of ways to kill him.
All right. Just then, you notice a noise of bouncing, driverless carriage arriving. And as the door stops, it swings open and hops out a short, stout elf with an overly large hat. Cody, how about you introduce your character?
That's what I look like. Ta-da! I'm Galbatorix. What's going on? And that's it. I've had so much time.
Ecro, Biggus, will you acknowledge Galbatorix?
Like, hello, Galbatorix. I'm Ecroferia.
Hi,
See
tiny
what-
man. How's the mining these days? How's the yield?
I have no clue who this
Unreal.
guy is, but it seems we've all got the same invite to this place.
Fuck you, elf. I did not get invited to this place.
It's good to meet you, Ecro. I see they let anybody in, and I glance towards Biggus.
I nod with respect at the tiny man.
Hey.
I glare at the elf.
All right. As you're talking, a dark shadow rolls out from underneath the carriage and steadily creeps behind Biggus.
Oh shit.
Mark, introduce your
Before I
character.
do anything, I try to pickpocket Zach.
I strangled the.
He doesn't know.
the
I am behind him.
creature.
I have not said a word yet.
And you're a shadow.
Should I roll? Should I roll for this because I'm about to?
He can do a perception check.
No, yeah.
Can we all
You
roll a
can do a
perception check to
perception
see if
roll,
we detect
and-
he's doing
No,
this
No.
around
I'm
us?
doing this to Zach.
No, you were just in a
Anyone else
fight
now.
with
Okay.
Galbatorix and
Do I
Biggus,
just
so now
roll?
it's just
Yeah, roll a d20.
yeah. You roll a d20, and Mark will roll an opposing one. You're going to be a perception. He's going to be.
Wait, I have stealth though, so I get plus to my.
Yeah, you get
I
advantage.
guess I have sleight of hand. I have advantage, and I have.
Yeah, don't worry. Zach just rolled a 4. We saw it, Zach.
What? No.
Share that to everybody.
I rolled an 8. Like I have everything set up to steal from you.
Hans, you had to set up the start of this campaign with Mark pickpocketing me.
I didn't do anything.
All right, so he
You
steals.
rolled a
He steals
4.
things. He's a thief.
You steal 10 gold pieces from Biggus.
Wait, I do my items.
You want to introduce yourself?
And
to
I
the
don't
group?
know that he stole it, right?
No, you don't.
No, you have no idea.
No, you have no idea.
So a background character to something people who don't know D&D need to know. Tiefling is technically a demon race.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
kind of like the people of color of D&D. They're really, everyone hates them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, we didn't say we hate people of color,
It's the dark elves.
so they're kind of like people of color. People don't like them.
Tiefling lives
How'd
matter.
you get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Tiefling lives
So,
matter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
here before. So the way I introduced myself in the past thing is I introduced that I am a dragon. I don't
So-
say that I'm a demon.
So you
race.
just
you just
pop
walk up behind
No, I'm
Vegas
like,
and you
"What's
say,
going
"I am
on?"
a
And
dragon."
then I'm like, "Sup? I'm a dragon, yo."
I look over to Galbatorix and
And-
I'm like, you're right. They do just allow just anybody here.
But you have to say the tiefling thing so people know what. Because if I just said tiefling, you have
No,
idea
yeah,
if
that's
you don't
good,
know
that's good.
D&D.
That's
I
good.
look at Mark and I say, an even bigger bitch just arrived.
Galbatorix rolls his eyes.
I just look at him. Your pocket's feeling a little light.
Oh,
I look at Mark and I start yelling Dracon curse words at him in
You
my
still don't know what I mean,
native tongue. I don't know, what is your name?
Doug.
Doug.
I'm Doug the dragon, yo.
so Zach all of a sudden starts to like yell like, "What do you? Wait, what's your name?" And he's like, "Doug." He's like, "Oh, okay."
What kind of name is Doug?
Look more like a rug than you look more like a rug than a Doug to me.
Now I can personally insult you. All right, I need everyone to roll a perception, so that's D20.
I got a total of 2.
I'm at 18, Hans.
All right, Zach just rolled a nat 1.
I've got 8.
I rolled a 1 and my perception's +1, so I got
Doesn't mean
2.
anything. Natural 1 is 1.
Yeah,
I don't even get a
Natural one.
Roll a
bonus.
natural 1. That's just a 1. There's no adding to it.
that's just instant fail.
So between both Biggus and Galbatorix, you notice something in each other's eyes. There's a light sparkle. You're meant to be together. It's a feeling deep within each other that you said, did we just see the same thing going on? Ecro, you notice that a precarious figure walks up to the gate and unlocks the gate and hurriedly scrolls back to a
Like-
bush.
Hey, did nobody just see this? There's a guy in the bush over there.
Are you hallucinating again, bitch?
I say,
Uh,
go check in the bush and let me know what you see.
I give a high five to Zach or to Biggus, and then I say, "Nope, I didn't see anything."
You have sharp eyes, little man.
Because we're best friends now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We stared deeply in each other's eyes. You're calling this guy a bitch, and
I
give you a high
slap
five.
Cody on the ass and I say, "Good one, sport."
I was like, well, it looks like you guys are busy. I shall step through the gate.
Did nobody realize I'm a dragon?
You As you attempt to step through the gate, you realize you were still stuck in that cage that you were at the
When
beginning.
did we get in a cage? We walked up
Yeah,
to
when did we get
the
in the
gate.
As I stated before, Biggus walks up to the gate and he notices a figure inside of a primordial cage. Ecro, you've been locked in a cage this whole time. Well, you've been in a cage this whole time.
Dude, that guy's been in a cage since we got here. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Whoops.
I approve of the structure around this elf.
Oh, you would. I say
So-
let's get him out, Biggus.
Well, I look at him and I go, hey, how'd you get in there?
Wait, me? Or I thought the guy was in there.
No, I looked at you. I looked at
Oh,
you.
No,
like,
you're
how'd you
in
get
the
there?
cage.
I was
How'd you get in
like,
there?
I've been here the entire time. I've been stuck. I was waiting for you guys to help get me out because
You didn't know we were coming.
No, there was a letter you all have assigned you.
What letter? I haven't showed you anything.
I swear. And I look over and I try to like pick at the. Is there a lock? It's a magic lock, right?
You can roll investigation.
I
Oh.
roll investigation, or is it? Yeah, investigation. Dang, 10. Wait, 19 plus
120.
20.
Yeah, you notice it's a normal door.
Okay.
I try to convince Nick it's not a normal door. I got 18, but I have 18 plus 8. So
For-
26.
No. I mean, I just saw this as a real door, but if you say it's
a
not,
real
then
door.
tell me what kind of door this is, sir.
It's a locked door.
I need a
Lock it.
thief to unlock this door.
What?
Unless there is somebody else who can bash this door who is really strong. Who's this?
I will open the door.
Who's
give a
the
healing kit.
strongest? I'm wondering. No. Biggest. I'm looking at the biggest guy around
And I
me
just
and
told you I'd do it if you have a healing kit.
wondering, is there a strong guy who actually? I doubt that biggest guy could break this lock with his fists.
I quietly agree and I walk away.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay,
since
I'll try
it-
to open it.
All,
What do
all I
what do
say,
have
all
to
I
roll?
say to Edgar, I was like, okay,
You
and
can-
I
I
just
didn't
walk
deceive
away.
You
you,
can just
Cody. You can
open
walk
it.
up and open it.
Yeah,
I only
yeah.
deceived Nick.
I'm gonna go up and try to open it.
Dart, you open it.
Hey.
I'm
Edgar,
like,
you're free.
hey, thank you. Seems to be
Anytime.
locked from the inside only. So.
No, I'm gonna tell him it's kind of weird that you couldn't get out of that. But okay. Let's go investigate that guy you're talking about.
All right. So as you walk up to the gate, it's unlocked. And walking a tad further, you notice a bush with 2 feet sticking out of it. What would you like to do?
I grab the legs and I pull it out of the bush.
You effortlessly pull out. So
Sorry.
you see a small, short, petite, slimy individual with a cape and a pointed hat. As you look at it, you notice it's a small frogman. And he goes, wait, no. Please free me.
It sounds like this guy who's a dragon too. You guys are gonna get along.
Yes, I'm a dragon. Please fear me.
He's a
No.
dragon. Can I be like, hey, I'm a dragon too.
We're brothers.
I'll free you, dragon brother.
Please put me down.
Oh, he's holding
that,
you.
Biggus is
hey,
holding him.
Biggus,
Biggus is holding him up in the
Yo.
air.
let my brother down, man.
I reply, why is this creature hiding in the bushes and why is he wearing a thong?
Explain yourself.
Explain your spell, creature.
Myself, I'm the introductory party. Gilgamesh sent me out. Mr. Sleeve wanted me to come get the best, the first of the ferments.
I reply to the creature, say, only perverts hide in bushes like that. Why were you hiding in the bush?
Because you weren't here.
So you like to crawl in bushes as a hobby?
That's what all the women in the tavern say.
I try to.
I put the creature down and I walk away, disappointed.
Wait, come back. We can go to the door and we can go join the party. I'm
Well-
so excited for you to meet Mr. Steve.
All right. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I walk back and I follow the creature to the door.
I follow too.
I follow.
Follow.
All right.
I'm following slowly
So-
behind though. Like I'm behind everybody.
I
I'm right
I
next to
look
Biggus.
questionably at him, being like, "Why are you behind me?" So I keep an eye as he's in the back.
So as you walk towards the door of the manor, you notice that the fog starts to slowly creep in behind you as it's overtaking both the carriage cage and outer gate area, and it's slowly moving its way to you. Coming up to the lock, it's about 5 steps, all creaky. This place seems really dilapidated, and it doesn't look like anyone's lived here in a long time. All right, I'm going to open the door. And he jiggles the handle. I can't.
I look at him and be like, "Isn't this your place? Like, why can't you open your own door? What are we supposed to do?"
Nope, I came out here to introduce you guys. Now I can't enter in.
Who sent you, Maeve?
Gilgamesh Steve.
And he didn't give you a key for the door?
Nope.
I walk away disappointed again.
Yeah.
Can I go and inspect the lock?
Yeah. As you inspect the lock, it's not locked. It's just a normal door.
Oh, the old normal door trick.
Got you
I
again.
tell him it's a normal door. Go open it again.
He goes and he rattles the door. It pops up and, well, thank you, Dragonborn. We'll be best friends for sure.
Best friends forever.
Maeve, why do you sound drunk?
What? And then his tongue slowly falls out of his mouth and drips down to the floor.
Hmm.
Come in. And he leads the way through a narrow hallway.
I ask Maeve if his species is always so simple.
We both have one intelligence. We're good friends, you and I.
Continue down the
You
hallway.
You continue down through a short hallway. As requested, you show your invitation as proof of attendance. It appears there's various photos on the walls depicting centuries of photographs of people from various ages and time, reminiscent of a museum capturing the ages along the way. Does anyone want to investigate anything?
I do. Galbatorix is going to investigate.
Roll an investigation check.
Ooh, is that just a regular D20?
Yeah.
Plus your
And then-
investigation.
Plus investigation. Oh, great. 7.
7?
Yeah.
You don't notice anything out of place. It all just seems a little worn with age, and everything kind of just seems a little crusty to your liking.
You said what was up
From your,
up on the walls? Hans?
I said that there was a myriad of photos depicting various various ages and times. It's sent up from different people from different centuries.
I
so
want to roll a
nothing really
history
recent.
check.
Sure.
17.
Wow.
Okay. For that, you notice that the one you would think is Gilgamesh Steve is definitely in all of these photos. And you've noticed some of these photos have kind of people that you would assume were from legend. They have gold swords in their hand, triumphing over dragons. And one of the dragons appears to be Toleaf.
I want to make a comment then to the group, and I'll say, you guys noticed that all of these historic photos seem to portray the exact same individual. And from my knowledge, this is also the exact same person portrayed throughout history. Whether it's actually the same person, I don't know. It's just a little weird.
I'm interested. I look at Doug and ask if it's a friend of his because they're dragons.
As you come to the gallery, you notice an assortment of other individuals have already met here before you. You notice a girl with a fishbowl on her head filled with water and a jacket that appears to be translucent. There's an orc, a half orc, who is wearing a trainer outfit, as a white muscle shirt on top with red shorts and tube socks and running shoes. You notice that there's 2 orcs, and One of the secondary orc has a head that appears to be 5 feet tall, but the rest of his body is normal and is shorter in comparison to his head. So he's just a mostly head person.
Hmm.
He's big head.
Yeah, huge head, ginormous. So I just sent the extra photo.
Yep.
All right.
Someone with high charisma should talk to
And-
them.
And as you can see from there's a, all right, let me describe the room. All right, the room has several doors, about 5 in the room total, and it's winding staircase, 2 of them from both sides leading up to a balcony on top that goes to a second floor. On the second floor, pronouncing himself and walking in stride, is Gilgamesh Steve. And he says, "Welcome, one and all. You have attended the party of centuries, and I am so excited to have you here. And as you can see," and he snaps his finger in the center of the room, about 15 feet in the air, you see a giant chest now illuminated through several magical means. And it's chained together, affixed to both the floor of the wall, and has 3 locks affixed to it. And he says, "The chest of wonders! Yay! Anyways, before we begin eating, I decided to give you some light mingling to enjoy the party.
I'm Doug.
By the way, I was not able to get Sir Bacon Street, and some of you have maybe known his accent. Don't worry, he is not here, but I pulled together the hors d'oeuvres, and they are just in the dining room. So if you want to check that out, if not, you can mingle, you can enjoy other people's company." And he said, "Hold on just a minute." And you hear just a knocking upstairs, and he goes, "I'll be right back." And he runs away, but the rest of the party guests are seemingly already have drinks in hand and already have some food, and they're just talking and mingling with each other. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go talk to the girl with the fishbowl head.
You walk up to the girl with the fishbowl head. She goes, "Hello, I'm Remington."
I ask her where she's from and how long she's been
"Oh,
here.
how rude. You don't introduce with your name? How very odd of you."
Oh, I apologize and tell her my name's
I
Galbatorix.
insert myself in the conversation. Hi, I'm Biggus. Do you know how I got my name?
It feels like I'm the center of this party. You see, I'm not really familiar with the rest of you. I only showed up here with my friend, Nora Plu.
Oh,
And she points to the dog paladin to her left.
yeah.
"What are you boys doing here? Have you come to enjoy the party?"
Say that's an interesting companion over there. Enjoying the party a lot. Did you enjoy? What was the guy's name that introduced us all?
This man is quite rude.
The
Gilgamesh.
Tiefling, can you go fetch us some water?
No.
All right. Listen, it's been nice. It's been fun, but I feel I'm gonna walk away and go mingle somewhere else. As she walks away, Plu just stands staring at you, and its tongue sticking out, going. Is there anything you want to do, Biggus or Galbatorix?
I drink heavily, and my drunken
Like
level.
Doug.
You what?
You do what?
From what?
Where did you get alcohol?
I found some.
You can go grab some, I guess, from the rest of the hors d'oeuvres.
Isn't there alcohol in this thing?
Yeah, he said it was in the dining room.
Yeah. Are we? All right. I go to the dining room. I grab a drink.
So entering the dining room, you notice that it is a long 24-foot table, and there's a skeleton on the other end sitting dead amongst the rest of the dining table. He's sitting on one chair. On the far end, there's another chair. And outside of that, there's no other chairs in the room. And you notice that there's food amongst the table and a couple of drinks. What do you like to do in this room?
Run a perception check.
All right, shoot me a perception check.
Roll it.
5.
Dude, I swear this game is great. I get a perception.
As you
Low
enter in the
intelligence.
dining,
7.
as you enter the dining room, you look back just to make sure that everything's kosher before you go grab a drink, and you notice there's a gleam in Galbatorix's eye. You think, man, it's really good having this best friend along. I'm so curious where this journey will take us. You notice nothing else in the dining room except for the food, a skeleton sitting on one chair, and an empty chair on the other side. And the other empty chair just has a glass of something.
I notice as I see Biggus walking off to the dining room, it just intrigues me, so I follow along suit with him.
Right.
As soon as I walk in, though, I roll a perception check to understand what's going on inside the dining room.
Oh, and 8. So you also notice the same, well, you don't notice the longing gaze of
No
Galbatorix, but you notice that everything else seems pretty normal. It's just an odd skeleton sitting on one end and a room full of food and nothing really else. What would you like to do in the dining room?
I yelled to Galbatorix, "Hey, tiny man, want to get a drink with this skeleton?" And I wink at him.
I say, hell yeah. And I do a investigation on the skeleton. So 14.
So 14, you notice that the skeleton just seems dead with age. His head's locked back and just kind of slouched in the chair as if that's where he died. You don't notice any other remarkable thing about his clothing or anything else, but just that he's sitting dead in the chair. Doug, what are you doing?
I don't think I'm even in that room, am I?
No, you're in the
No,
mingling
you
room.
saw us three
them
walk
three
away.
walk away. Galbatorix got turned down by a
I
check.
just want to do a perception of what else is all in this room I'm in. I got 12.
Nothing with the 12. You don't see anything too obvious in this room. You see just kind of, it seems like a normal foyer, you know. So you just have light decorations. There's some lights hanging on the wall. There's a giant chest in the middle of the room, like 15 feet up, illuminated by magic lights. And you just notice that everyone seems to be chatting
So
amongst
there is a
themselves.
chest in there, though?
Yeah, the chest of
Yeah.
wonders. And it has 3 locks
Okay.
on it.
I inspect the locks.
You notice that one of the locks is not magical, but 2 of them are. And so you're assuming that the keys somehow to these locks must be hidden or must be held by Gilgamesh Steve in some way, but you're not sure how they are really playing out with this.
I want to try my thieves' tools on the lock.
As well, you have to climb up the 15
But how the hell
foot
did I investigate?
chain that leads. You can see from
saw it.
where you're at, and with your skill and thievery, you
Okay. Well, then I go into the room. I want to go investigate the skeleton. Because I didn't notice anyone else looked at it yet. I just walked into the room now. So now I'm like, ooh, I want to see what the skeleton's about.
Yeah, I was about to say, I noticed that Galbatorix is looking at a skeleton.
So you guys don't find anything else of an interest. All you see is a skeleton sitting in a chair. Must have died there. There is a plate of food in front of it, but it's nothing out of.
Okay, I just go, is there like any shadowy corner of this? Or is it only all lit up like perfectly around?
There's shadowy parts that you would have in a normal dining room, you know, like.
Okay, I slide into one of the corners.
Yeah, I knew that was about to happen.
All right.
And just so you know, I do have something that says I can slide into shadows.
Okay.
So we're in the dining room. There's
There's
food here and
food,
stuff, right?
drinks, everything seems kind of kosher. And there's
So I see
the
some
only other
drinks,
thing you
and
notice is so there's 2 chairs. There's One that's empty, one with a dead skeleton, and then just a bunch of food and drinks on the table.
So I noticed that Biggus is still trying to figure out how to make a drink. So with my cooking, I noticed there's cooking in bartender utensils. With my proficiency in that, I decided to whip up a couple drinks for the group.
Okay.
And I pour them strong for
We'll
Biggus.
roll a d20. We'll see how good they are.
Okay, rolling a d20. Natty 20, son.
They are pretty good drinks. I'll say that. Hold on. You make liquid courage, a frothy mug that packs a punch and gives you disadvantage of dex checks and saves, but 2+ the damage. Do you just give it to Biggus and Galbatorix?
I give it to everybody in
Well,
the room.
You just notice Mark's kind of hiding behind the tapestry in the corner.
So I walk over to him while he's in the tapestry and hand him a mug.
Do you take the mug?
And he's like, shh, I'm a dragon. And I walk away.
Okay.
I don't accept the drink because he doesn't know how to make drinks for my
So do you want
native,
to
race.
sit down and make your own drink?
I drink the cup that's on the table.
Which is a drink you just set down.
No, but you said you made drinks, but there was already
I know,
a
I
drink
handed it to
there.
you. You set it down and just picked it back up and drank it.
No. Nick, you said that you made
Yeah, I
drinks for
handed it to
everybody.
you. You said, no, I don't want it.
So you handed me the drink
No,
that was
he
I
already
made
them.
them and I handed
Gives
out
them to you.
drinks.
Well, Hans, I thought you said the table had a cup on there. with
It's on the
drink in it
opposing
already.
side.
So is
Yeah.
that separate from what Nick
Yeah.
made?
Yeah.
So don't I drink that?
If you want, yeah.
so I
So he
drink
doesn't
that
take
one.
my drink,
And
he
I-
takes
So you
that
walk-
drink. Okay. I'm like, oh well.
As you
No.
I cheers over to
Yeah.
Galbatorix and I take a swig of
as you walk over to
I call
the cup on the opposing side and you grab to pick it up, what do you call it? A cufflink latches around and locks you into place.
what the fuck?
Now he has a cufflink locking him to the table.
Wait,
I'll
who
go-
has a lock into the table?
Biggest does.
Biggest.
Okay.
So Dingus went to grab that cup.
I look over to him before Biggest
and he's
goes.
got
I'm like,
and
"You
he's
should've took my
locked
drink."
now with a
I
cufflink.
just sit over in my corner, and I look over to
Okay. I
Doug,
want to
and
use
I look over and I
investigation.
raise my glass. Nobody else can really see him, but I know where he
I
is
use
at, and I take
investigation.
another
I'm his best friend. I run over there.
I'm
I
like,
use
I'm
investigation.
like, bitch, why are you cheersing the tapestry? Come help me.
Everyone's standing on the ground until you notice that the ground gives way and disappears, the entire floor. And so everyone make a dex save with disadvantage. Except for
Hey, I am
Well,
hidden
just
and
no.
ready.
except for Biggus.
Did you drink the drink?
God damn it.
Yeah.
No, I
Did
didn't
you drink the
it.
drink?
You handed it to me.
I know.
Okay, so
I'm just
everyone
saying.
but Biggus rolls a
Uh,
dex save with disadvantage because you're locked on the table, so you can't fall through the floor.
Okay.
10.
So
Yeah, my first one was
it's the
first
19.
was 18.
The worst roll, and then
Yes.
it's plus our dex, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I got a 17 then.
Well, Dexter, yeah, plus 3 of your dex. Okay.
Did you roll 3 or did you roll 2?
Yeah. Dude, Mark, if you have it on D&D Beyond, it makes it easy to click on the thing.
What?
I got 17
Do
total.
you have your stuff loaded in the D&D
And that's
Yeah.
Beyond?
2 of them you rolled?
Then you can just click on the dex thing and it'll roll a dice for
What?
you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it does. Look at
I
that.
have to roll it twice, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so click it again.
I still
So
got
there
17.
and-
You got 17
I got
twice?
12.
Yeah. So and it'll do that for all your ability, your
so I
skill
got
sets.
12.
So it just doesn't.
Okay.
I got
Yeah.
16 twice,
I got a 14 and a 12. So I got
plus
12.
1 dex, so 17.
Okay. So Ecro and Mark fall through the floor. And Biggus and Galbatorix, who was able to
Why is it Ecro and Mark?
Ecro, because I looked at your name. I said Ecroferia. I look over yours, it says Mark. I go, Doug. Ecro and Doug fall through the floor to the pits below. Biggus and Galbatorix.
Hey, wait, I have acrobatic.
Yeah, so do I.
And
As we're falling, I want to use acrobatics
fall
to see
gently?
what happens.
okay, sure.
Yeah. 22, son.
And Doug?
And then I got 11.
All right, you suffer 1 damage, and you land nimbly on your feet, Ecroferia Greystorm. As you enter this room, you can see that 10 feet in front of you, a beautiful floor is checkered with blue and white tiles with writings of exotic language on them. This floor travels the length of the room, only ending 10 feet before another door on the other side. However, the walls of this room seem scarred with humanoid remains, as if somehow living beings have been sunk into the walls.
What? What the heck?
All right, as you guys are thinking about that, I'm going to move back to Galbatorix and Biggus.
Here, I'll message you, Mark.
Is the skeleton still there?
All of a sudden, the skeleton on the far side comes back to life, and you can see his bones start to shatter, and he goes, "You've fallen for my trap!" And he pulls a cord next to where the curtains were. The curtains separate, and illuminated lights open up, and it says "The Dating Show." I've never found so much interest in me before. You might even call me boned. And he sees you not chained to the desk. He goes, to you, Galbatorix. He goes, "Oh, this will not do. I'm going to have to stick a skeleton on you." And then all of a sudden, from the corner, rumbles the life out of the wall, a skeleton. But right now, the skeleton is implanted into the wall, so he has to dig himself out. But he can move one arm and go, "Oh no, I'm going to come for you. Give me like a moment." Biggus, what do you want to try to do?
Okay, I asked, or what do I have to do, like charisma with the skeleton to talk to it, or how does that work?
Yeah, there's 2 skeletons. There's one across the table from you starting the dating show. All right,
For initiative?
roll.
Oh, I see. I
Are
got
you guys
21.
seeing each other's rolls?
Yeah, if you pull up the game log for the thing. With a 16, you notice that the skeleton is
in the
eloquently
middle of the-
dressed. Although
Fire
his
armor,
clothing
14
seems to be
class.
disheveled and falling apart with age,
Your
he's
character
dressed his
sheet up.
best for the eventful night. Another thing you notice is there's another cufflink which hasn't been utilized because you only have one hand on the goblet, so you could put both in, but you're not sure if it would do you much good. Let's see. All right. So you rolled 21, 16. Okay, cool. So next to go, I guess, in the order would be the dating show skeleton. All right. Oh, Zach, cool. So This is how it's going to start. I'm going to ask my fellow fans some questions and see how they would like to introduce themselves. My name is Playbill, and I'm looking for a fancy lad to take me off and whisk me off my feet. Now, what is your name? Asking Biggus.
My name is Biggus, and fuck you.
He goes, "Oh, fuck you! How oriental! I love it. Fuck you! Where would you take me on an exotic
The
date?
hell?
Ooh, nice and toasty. We can all get to know each other." Off to Galbatorix. Galbatorix, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna
Oh,
pull my
Zach just
quarterstaff
saw a
out,
big
and I'm
show.
gonna hit that skeleton over there before it attacks me.
Or before it rapes
Alright.
me.
No, not the one that's on the date show. The one that's coming out of the wall that he said he was gonna come for me.
Right, I guess roll a attack. So what's you have a weapon, and what does your weapon say to roll on it?
And I have a quarterstaff.
Okay, so you got to first roll
Oh.
1d20 to hit, and then you would roll the attack. So you have to beat his
Okay.
armor class.
Okay, so 1d4 was a 1.
No, yeah, roll a d20.
And that's a 10.
Yep, not gonna hit.
Aw.
Well, I'll give you advantage because he's stuck on the wall.
Yeah, he is stuck on the wall. He's not even moving. He has just an arm out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I go for the arm. I think it has a weapon in it.
Well, roll another 1d20.
Okay, going for it. 18.
Yep, that one hits. You want to roll?
Roll your D4.
D4.
Why the frick are you punching a skeleton when you have magic powers?
I'm trying to find my magic powers. And it's blunt damage. Usually blunt damage is good for skeletons. So, just friggin' hit it before. Because anyways, yeah. So 3. I got a 3. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's start with a 3, okay?
Okay.
All right.
There should be somewhere for your cantrips. That's
Now
where I'll tell
he's
you your
going.
stuff,
The
Cody.
skeleton is going to roll for. Let me just see if I can pull out my phone. The skeleton's going to roll to see if he can get out of the wall. Not enough. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go back to the boys downstairs. So back to Ecroferia and Doug. Boop, 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 boop. You're in a room and you've landed on one end of it, and 10 feet in front of you is the checkered floor with blue and white tiles of exotic language, and it travels the length of the room, ending 10 feet before another door. And you have walls with scarred with human remains of somehow living beings have been sunk into the walls. What do you want to do?
I'd say we probably both want to initially roll a
I mean,
perception check.
investigation, unless you're trying to just perceive if there's anything else in the room. I think you're trying.
Yeah, investigation, and then I probably also want to roll a history check to understand the language that's written in the floor.
For the language itself, you can see that's just written in Elvish. And so you can understand.
Works out that I'm an elf. What do I see that it says then?
You see that the tiles say blue, white.
Okay. And then so I'll roll an investigation to better understand
Okay.
the room. Frick, 6.
So yeah.
Doug, I don't see anything that's going on with this room, though these tiles do say blue and white. You notice
Yeah, I
anything?
want to do an
Investigation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Intimidate the floor.
You could roll intimidation on the floor.
No. What is Nick doing right now?
I just told you I investigated. I found nothing other than the fact that the tiles are written in Elvish and they say blue
Are you
and
still
white.
trying to read the floor, or are you looking at me?
I didn't have to read it. It's in Elvish. I can read it.
Well, I know, but are you still reading it?
No. They only say blue and white.
Yeah.
I look at
On-
He
what is he
looked at the
doing?
floor and he said, "Hey, what does the Elvish writing says?" And I said, "It says blue and white. Blue on the blue."
Does
Huh?
he turn around?
So I look
Or
at.
is he
He's just
looking
looking
at
at the
the
No,
floor.
I look at you, and I say,
Perfect.
I have.
I do a sleight of hand.
All right, roll for sleight of hand, and Nick, you can roll perception at disadvantage.
20 and 18. I'll take the 18.
Okay, what did Mark roll?
6.
No, I got 16.
Oh, I saw the. You got 16. Well, still beat it.
Okay, so he notices. Ecker, you notice that dog is peeking into your pockets as you're trying to peek on what's the.
I'm like, hey! Did you notice we just fell down here? We got to work together. Stop trying to.
I didn't
steal
do
from me.
anything. What are you talking about?
No, I clearly saw you.
I
stealing
really
from
didn't do
me.
anything.
Your hand was in my pocket.
I don't steal. I heal.
You were not healing me. Okay, this is not some sexual comfort from you. So please step away. Let's figure out what's going on in the room.
Oh, it was a 7. I thought it was a 1. God.
All right, roll. I guess you could roll. What is it?
I don't think he rolls anything against that. I think it's on you just say whether it's happening or not.
What'd you roll?
Well, with the
Or
deception,
deception.
he'd obviously know he saw you doing something deceptive.
I know. You would have to say I would have to roll like I would guess to deceive him there. I would have to roll like a
Yeah.
22 or higher. You know what I mean?
So
like,
he's not
it would have
deceiving
to
you
be
at
high.
all.
So clearly I didn't deceive you.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't steal anything though.
Yeah.
I truly believe I didn't steal anything.
Yeah, you can believe what you want. We got to work together. So I'm gonna let this one semi-slide. If you help us get out of here.
Hey, what should I do then?
You
What
could
do you
roll
notice about the
investigation to
room?
see if you notice anything else, or you could
You-
test the tiles.
Do
Or
you like show me where I should investigate? Like go over there and point towards it.
I said, I look at him and with my hands, I like make like a giant like sweeping like opening to everything, being like, anything. Do you notice anything before we take a step
Absolutely.
into the blue
Kinda
and white
scary.
tiles?
Like I don't know that I want to step on anything over there.
Okay. Can you double check with maybe an investigation or anything?
All
you take a look?
Investigate. Take a look, but I ain't touching anything.
He rolls investigate then. What do you get, Mark?
a 15.
15.
So you all.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. But the 15, you notice that at least from your perspective, that the white tiles seem to just be that, just tiles. You don't notice anything funky about them. The blue, there seems to be a slight aura around them, and you're not sure if it's the Elvish script or if it's just the way that everything is kind of settling in. But that's what you notice from then. Do you still have your drink in your hand?
What do I
That
notice
it
on
just
the
seems
way?
to be like a normal floor tile. You're not quite sure, but
The
you can,
blues seem
and the
to be
blues seem to be.
Weird.
Yeah, you should totally touch one of the blues. They look amazing.
Mhm. I say you go first.
I'm not touching anything.
Okay. So since we're both on non-discussion here, I'm trying to see in my inventory. Do I have something I can toss on there? I want to toss my rope across the tiles to see what happens.
Your rope?
Yeah, I just have a
Okay.
rope.
How do you have all this shit? I don't have anything.
It's part of my backpack.
You throw your rope, and you didn't say that you hold on to one end, so you just throw a length of roll.
Yeah, I just throw it all. I wasn't holding it. I just tossed it on the tile. It slides across the
The
blues
rope-
and the white.
Like flows all the way down and hits a white tile and just sits there in the middle of the floor.
But if it slid across a
You didn't
blue
hold on
and
to
a
one
white
side.
tile.
You threw it like a beanbag in a cornhole
No, I-
tournament, and you hit right on a white.
And I'm like, so I look at him. I'm like, looks like the white ones are safe. And so I'm like, do you want to step on the white ones, Doug?
After you.
So I step onto a white tile.
As you step onto a white tile, you hear it go, white.
I look at Doug really confused, being like, did you hear that? I'll take that as a yes. And I'm like, you step onto the next white tile.
How about you step on another one?
How many white tiles ahead?
There's
is the
about
rope?
4 white tiles to the rope, but they're in a
I hopped
checkered pattern.
Yeah. I hop diagonally to the next white
All right,
tile.
I think you can move to like 6 tiles because I'm saying they're about like 10 feet across or 5 feet is the standard movement speed, and you have 30.
Okay, I like hopscotch from like one tile to the next to pick up where my rope's at. So I'm
So you
standing where the
hear
rope's at.
white.
I'm like, this tile is racist.
All right, anything else you want to do?
I pick up my rope and I put it back in my backpack.
Doug, what
and
do you
I look
wanna
at
do?
Like, hey, you coming along?
I'll step on the first tile.
White or blue?
White or blue?
White.
And it says
yeah, you gotta make sure you
white.
tell. Okay.
Why is Hans rolling every time?
I'm not. I'm just doing stuff in the background.
I hear an ominous DM roll in the background. And I don't like it.
Hey, how many tiles are there ahead of
From
us?
your position, there's
Because I'm 5 tiles in.
there's 5 more tiles.
Okay, so I'm halfway, and Mark is only at 1. Okay.
I run
On
for
both
it.
white and blue
But
tiles.
how much is our move? Wait, how many?
No, I'm diving on white back and forth the
Okay.
whole way across.
Wait, how much is each tile? Do you
So
say
you
for
guys can make
distance?
it half this round, half the next. So
Okay. Yeah.
all
I'm
Doug.
in a
Oh wait, you
sprint.
can sprint the. No,
But what's your
because Doug
walking?
could.
What's
Doug
your
could take as
speed?
an additional action, so you could take a dash as your additional for your bonus. And
Exactly. Yeah, my bonus action. I can keep
So you
going. I
hear
make it the whole way.
white, and he makes it the other side, and you're just standing in the middle.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay. Before we go back to Biggus
So-
and Galbatorix, you notice that the last row, the first row you guys went on, all the tiles turn green, and they have a new Elvish script on them.
And what do they say?
I would roll. Well, you can read Elvish, so
I can. I'm Elvis.
all
I
the
can
tiles
read it.
say green. All right.
Okay.
Back to Biggus. You're top of the round. Biggus, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I don't know what I want to do.
You could do any. It's D&D. You could poop on the floor if you want to. Do you have any javelins or any like thing you could throw?
Yeah.
You can literally do whatever you want.
So what happened to the skeleton, Hans? Like, where are we at with that?
So the one skeleton asked where you want to take it on an exotic date if you were to go anywhere in the world.
And I told him hell.
Yeah, and he said, "Ooh, that would be nice and toasty. I could definitely get a tan down there." And now you're at the top of the round saying, "What do you want to do?" You could try to struggle against the cufflink.
Try to what?
Struggle against the cufflink.
Roll against it?
Yeah.
Like break it apart?
Well, you have one free hand. You could either you could try to break it apart, but I would hate for you to roll on that one and knife your hand off.
All right, can I roll an investigation on the cufflink?
Yep, go for it.
16.
Oh, nice. You see that the cufflink is pretty well taken care of, and with that 16, you notice that there are some like a little bit of age shown into it, so it could be possible to break out of that cufflink if you try.
All right. I'll equip my great axe and I'll. No, I can't do that. My hand off.
You could even try to charm your way out by talking to the skeleton.
I'll use my charisma to force me to go. Rage. I don't have rage. Yeah, but there's no like nothing that I can roll for rage, is there?
Yeah, you just go into rage.
All right. I go into a rage.
What does it do?
I gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, +2 melee damage with strength weapons, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. It ends early if I'm knocked unconscious or if my turn ends.
So you could like go into a rage and try to break the cufflink.
All right, I do that.
All right, you gotta roll strength, I guess. But you can see that the cufflink, as you're struggling against it, starts to give way. So you know that you're pretty close, but you know you're just out of there. And then I'm going to go to Playbill the skeleton. The skeleton goes, "Ooh, nice, getting feisty." Well, Fukio, if you were to take me out to a specific restaurant, what would get your bones chilling?
Hey, Hans, I forgot I have a breath weapon.
You did? Oh, fudge. Okay.
But go on. Like, yeah, that was obvious. I'm reading my character sheet now, so yeah.
So then he goes, "So, where would you take me out to a dinner experience?" Talking to you.
I'll take you to the Outback Steakhouse, you fucking moron.
Oh, so regionally cuisined. Galbatorix, Galbatorix, it's your turn.
So what happened with the skeleton in the wall?
He tried to break out of the wall because half of his body is encased into it. He was in the wall, broke out one arm, and has one arm kind of reaching for you, but also is trying to break out the rest of its body. So it seems that the skeleton was buried into the wall.
Yeah, and I hit it with a quarterstaff, right?
But you missed. So you just, but you didn't hit with a quarterstaff. You said, "Hey, I want to punch it," and so you punched the wall.
Great. I can't even hit a skeleton that's in a wall.
I gave you advantage too, so what do you want to do? You have magic.
I do. So about that, cantrips. Can I just use cantrips?
Yeah,
as much as I want?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it
one magic thing per turn, but yeah.
And how many cantrips do I get? Because it looks like I get 3.
I don't know. You tell me. What do you got prepared?
Frick. Okay. Well, I got Firebolt, Mage Hand, and Minor Illusion.
Like
so I'm gonna use Firebolt on the skeleton.
Okay. Roll for damage. Or roll the hit.
I wish I could just kind of click Firebolt, but I can't. So it's 1d10 for fire damage, and then it says hit/DC +5.
Okay, you got to roll a d20 first to see if you hit it.
5.
You blast it in its face, and you can see that it started to really give way to it. Then it can't. You see that the burden has started to make its whole face kind of fall apart, but it's still active. And so with that, it's going to roll an attack at you to see if it can hit you. Does an 18 hit? Yeah.
Does it?
I'll look. It's your AC is your. You have an AC
11.
Yeah, so it definitely hits. And it hits you for 4 damage.
Okay. So now I gotta subtract my damage, my health.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Back to Ecroferia and Doug. Doug, you're at the
Okay.
far end.
Hey.
Yeah.
I got +2 damage from drinking that whole liquid courage. Does that make a difference?
Let's see, but yeah. So he's pretty fucked up. He's like
Alright.
nothing but bones at this point. I don't know how you're landing the most. I'm afraid if someone has a breath weapon that you're going to be at an opportunity to get hit, but we'll see.
A frost weapon?
I'm just gonna say it out loud. If someone were to say, "Hey, duck," it may save your kitty litter from getting knocked over.
So is there anyone around me that can say, "Hey, duck"?
Maybe the
A
person
best
that
friend?
attacks would think about that. Doug, what do you want to do? Leave. What do you want to do, Doug? We're
Doug.
back in the underground.
I'm at the far end. What the hell's at the far
A
end?
door. It appears.
I inspect the
It
door.
just appears to be a normal door. Nothing special about it.
Is there like a handle
There's a
on
normal. Yep, normal handle. You could probably jiggle it, open it up.
it? Hey, I open the door.
Okay. You open the door. Do you want to enter the room?
Oh, I look through the doorway.
Okay.
What do I see?
On the other side of the door, you see a cylindrical room with a pedestal in the center. With a pedestal in the center, light shines brightly on the platform as you see a piece of parchment on the top with a glowing script.
Okay, I walk up to it.
All right. As you walk up to as you investigate the parchment, you see it appears to be a word search.
I look back at Ecroferia. I need you.
I hopping across the last white check marks, and as I approach the green, jump across them just in
Okay.
case.
I push the parchment in my pocket.
So, Ecro, as you walk up to Doug, you see a pedestal in the middle of the room, the cylindrical room, with a light shining directly on that pedestal, as if signifying
Yeah,
something.
I'm like, what'd you need? It seems like there was something important here. There's nothing here. What's up?
What do we do?
Was there anything you noticed about this area?
There's a pedestal.
And you have done nothing to figure out what's going on with this pedestal.
Uh,
I want to do a perception to see if he's lying.
You want to go against his deception? Okay.
Yeah. 18.
18. Just got to be an 18, Doug.
23. 20 freaking 3. And I'm like, what'd you call me here for?
He seems to be telling the truth about the pedestal.
what do we do in this room?
I do an investigate on the room.
Okay. Roll investigation check. All right.
7.
So what you notice with that, further investigation of this room, you can see depictions of events on tapestries lining the walls, and they seem to be relating to something, but you're not quite sure what. Yeah, so
Tapestries
just
on walls,
giant
you said?
tapestries. So you have a rounded room and you have about like 6 tapestries all on the sides of the walls, but they're depicting stuff.
Can I do a
To help this
perception?
out, I walk towards one of the tapestries, and as I walk, paper falls out of my pocket.
Okay, as the paper falls out of the pocket, you notice, Ecro, that it appears to be a word search.
I'm like, dude, you dropped your word search.
What word search?
This paper fell out of your pocket. It's a word search.
I just
What's
texted
up with
everyone
this?
the
Is it
word
in my
search.
pocket?
I look at the word search, and what do
You
I
notice it says 4 words: sword, date, fight, start. And it says word search across the top. I made a word search.
sword. You made
Yeah.
sent it to us.
Banza.
Banza.
There's a word search where
None of the
There's
words are
puck
on
right in the
there.
middle.
that's the worst word
There's
search
cucks. There's pun. Store
Oatner.
or aster.
CHO.
Investigate it. Investigate.
Mark, you can roll a further investigation on the room and the word search.
It says shut. Oh shit.
All right, I roll a further investigation.
Oh, 15. You notice the same things with the tapestry and the word search and the pedestal, but you also notice that there's a door on the far end, not the one you came through, but another door that's already open.
I go look at that door.
All right, and we'll jump back up to the boys upstairs as you investigate the next room. The boys upstairs, Biggus, it's your turn. What would you like to do? I think I know what you're wanting to do.
Oh, I used my breath weapon on my on the shackle.
On the shackle?
You could say duck to someone that's nearby.
Oh,
It would be really
I
brave.
yelled to tiny man to duck.
Okay. So roll for your breath weapon?
No, I don't want to do that anymore.
Oh,
So
okay.
Hans, is the shackle attached to a chain?
Yeah, on the table.
All right, I'll use the breath weapon on the chain.
Okay. This is turning out a lot better than I was thinking it was going to happen. So I guess roll
20.
nat 20.
Yep.
Dude, you just bring in like the tightest flame, just automatically cut yourself loose. You could do it to where you cut the cufflink off your hand as well. So you annihilate the cufflink. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? You could run up to the other side of the table or intimidate or anything.
Is that skeleton still in the room with me?
Yeah, there's two skeletons in the room. One that Galbatorix is just wailing on, and the one that invited you to this dating show that you don't want to be a part of.
Can I use my breath weapon on, on that skeleton?
No, you can't because you already used this as an attack. But well, you're in a rage. Do you get 2 attacks for rage?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
So I've got my great axe. I use that.
All right. Roll a d20 to hit.
24.
Holy crap! Yeah, you hit the crap out of it. Is it a nat 20 or just a regular?
It's 19 plus my 5
Okay. Yeah. So you hit it, and then you would roll
for damage.
your damage +2 +2.
I got 11 for damage.
And then you come up and you cleave this mother in his chair behind him and like off his neck. You just take your great axe and you just blow through his face.
I yell "fuck you" as I do it.
So yeah, I guess it's down to Galbatorix.
So the other skeleton just got obliterated.
Yeah, so he obliterated his. You want to try to obliterate yours?
Yeah, I can do another firebolt.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
Dang. Okay. You just like take your hand, and as the embers form around your fingertip, you take the skeleton's face and you implant it back in the wall, almost saying, hey, stay back in there. And you just obliterate a hole in the wall. So everyone from the dining room can see you now.
Oh.
And then we'll hop back for our last encounter as time runs short with Ecro and Doug. So
Doug's up by the
Doug's
door.
at the door. Doug, as you enter this room, you see a Corgi Paladin across the way chowing on some bones.
Corgi Paladin.
Chowing on some bones that were left in a box on the opposite side of the room. In the center of the room, there's a small pool of water, about a 5-foot gap that is traveling from one side to the other, going down a grate. So basically, a hop over then go lead to a staircase up. So you can see a staircase, an open door with a paladin on the far side, the Corgi paladin. And yeah, what do you guys want to do?
This door is in the same room that we are in for that pedestal, right? With the crossword.
No, this is the next room past. So Doug can see. He
Yeah.
can see the next room because he ran through the door and could see it. What do you want to do, Ecro?
I want to slowly walk up, not making too much noise to peek through the door to see what he's
All right,
seeing.
you see the same thing, unless you want to investigate
Okay.
further.
I like whisper quietly over to Doug, like, is that the same corgi from upstairs?
Turn around and scream. Where the fuck did you come from?
Like, dude, aren't you a rogue? Aren't you used to
I'm just gonna say right now that would have been the perfect time to pickpocket Doug.
Obviously, with his perception being so horrible. What happens though with him shouting
The
on?
Corgi looks up to you and then goes back to gnawing on the bone.
Like, what should we do with the dog, or should we just go forward?
Go ahead.
I
I'm gonna stay right here.
I shout at the dog and be like, hey you.
The dog just looks at you, goes back to eating its bone.
Like, and is it what did you say was past?
Just a staircase, an open like doorway leading to a staircase.
I slowly start walking and seeing if the corgi reacts to anything as I start to try like initially like going like a distance away, so he's not like right next to me, but like going towards the staircase.
The Corgi just looks up and then grabs the box of bones and walks up the stairs.
Okay, and then I look back at Doug and be like, wave him on, like, you coming, bro?
I'm good. Go ahead and get closer.
I mean, the
You
corgi already went
slowly
up the stairs.
approach the waterway in the center of the room. You're unsure of how deep it is, but you can definitely see it's quite a jump to get to the other side.
Like, quite a jump. How many feet are we
Like
talking?
5 feet. 5 feet's a pretty big jump.
Then I back up and I take a running jump. and I
All right,
jump
roll
over.
an athletics check. Or I guess acrobatics.
I mean, either way, I have a strength.
roll
of
an
13 and
acrobatics.
Jump can. Nat 20 plus 3.
Wow.
Okay. With a nat 20, you effortlessly
I look at
Go
Doug.
for
No,
it.
here's what happens. I look at Doug and I'm like, oh, and I just like run and jump, and it looked like the most graceful thing, and I land. And I look over him like, come on, bro. You saw how
you
easy
do a
that was.
gainer in the air, flipping over the waterway. As you're going in slow motion, you put up 2 birdies and you flip them. 2 birdies going, what? And then you land gracefully on the other side. Doug, what would you like to do?
Is there a way to
No,
go
it just
around
seems to
it?
bisect the room.
All right, fuck it. Crit jump.
You should be able to do it with even a low strength.
My
It's
dexterity.
acrobatics.
Is that what it is? Acrobatics. Okay,
7.
that's good.
7.
Well,
This is like how we fell down the room.
As you run, you slip. You try to do the whole FU thing, but you throw up the birds before you even start to run, and that causes you to fall face forward down into the little ravine. As your head plunges into the darkness, you realize it's only 2 feet deep. And you get up, you're just covered in muck and blackness. And you can easily, effortlessly just climb up to the other side, but now you're just covered in kind of a gooey, like watery sewage.
I look at Nick and go, I am the shadows.
I'm like, sure, whatever, man.
And I step up to the side. I'm like, first try.
And I'm like, after you, and I let him go forward.
Wait, I don't get up there yet. Can I
Yeah.
use an investigation down there? Okay.
16. So the funny thing about this that you notice is that you didn't see any kind of like
Interesting.
outdoor storm gators or anything leading to a basement. You thought that this was just a 2, maybe 3-story high building, and yet the water that you're sitting in goes down a metal grate down somewhere. But outside of that, you just notice you have a sludgy blackness on you, and it just almost feels like sewage.
Still a
All
shadow.
right, you guys want to continue on upstairs?
Yeah.
All right, you two
Yeah.
continue on upstairs, and you enter from the far end of the foyer, and Doug comes in covered in sewage, kind of a grotesque mess. Ecroferia following close behind him. Biggus looks over Galbatorix's shoulder into the dining hall where you're standing, hands still affixed to the wall that you just blasted through. And at the top of the stairs, Gilgamesh Steve comes back out and he goes, What are you guys doing? You've made it a complete. This is my recently acquired Airbnb. And he's at such a mess. He starts leaning on the overhang of the balcony, and he goes, "I'm gonna make you guys pay for all of this. You're dead. There's nothing left that you could." And then the balcony gives way, and he falls down, face forward, down to the floor below, and just hits it thud hard.
A life well leveled is Zach as Biggus, Cody as Galbatorix, Nick as Ecroferia, Mark as Doug, and myself as the DM. Thanks for listening and hope to see you soon.